Yeah, it's twofold really. There's a real happiness for those players because all of them that have been nominated have been absolutely first class, consistently right the way through the season. I think the team and how they performed over a period of time, they're really showing the professionalism and the quality. So it's nice for them to be recognised by the fellow professionals and to be nominated. So that's great. I still can't get away from how Scott Brown's not on it. I really can't. I don't know what he was like in other years, but for this season and my first season up here in Scotland, the level that this man has played at, I said it a few weeks ago, I think he's the most influential player in Scottish football. I look at Canty down south as a centre midfield player, and I think he got the Player of the Year award down there. And I certainly think that Scott Brown is certainly at least worthy of being a nominee. I've really enjoyed my time this period up here. I've met a lot of new coaches and managers that I haven't come across before. Been really impressed with their ethic, with their work. I've been given different challenges up here, so from coming from the Premier League, coming up into Scottish football, there's been different challenges for me in the games, which has been great. That's what you want as a coach. All good guys, some of them just coming out of playing straight into management, which is never easy, but trying to find their way, you know. I've got Paul Hartley here with me today and having a real good chat with Paul and his experiences that he's had, and he'll dust himself off again and go on and get another job and do a great job, because I think he'd done a great job at Dundee with everything that was thrown at him. So I've really enjoyed. There's lots of guys that have done really well, you know, throughout all the leagues, and as I said, I look at a number of them in this league here. I look at Lenny, done a brilliant job in the Championship. You know, I look at young Jack Ross and I see him, and I like how his teams play. You know, Jim Duffy, you know, teaches the young players to become men and organises them well. So lots of great work goes on up here, and but to mention one would be I wouldn't know. I think the first thing to point out is that when I first came in here, I think it was deemed that maybe the season was going to be a very close season. I think everyone looked at the semi-final result last year and Rangers coming up, and Aberdeen were right in the race and obviously maybe fell away a bit towards the end. But it's not something that's happened by accident. You know, the gap has been created by the players. The gap has been created by their performance. I don't tend to think about it or worry about it. I only worry about Celtic, you know, to take this club forward, to improve performance level of the team. And if that creates a gap, so be it. My aim is to make the gap even bigger next season, you know, get in, you know, a few more players of quality that can really help the group again push on to the next level, and that will be the case then. So every manager, every coach looks after his own club, and I'm sure every manager will go back at the beginning of next season super determined to play and work better, and we'll be no different. I'm sure they will. Yeah, you know, some of the boys I'm really impressed with. You know, I've done it throughout my career. It's not something new to me. Every club I've been at, I've always given young players the opportunity. They always have to earn it, mind you, but I always look to give them the opportunity, and then it's up to them. So we work very closely here at Lennoxtown with the development team and with the staff, and so yeah, I'm sure there'll be some opportunities for them in the coming weeks. So yeah, he sets his teams up very well. I think his result last week away at Aberdeen, you know, shows that they're a really tough team to play against. So for us, we know it'll be a tough game from Tommy's team. They're always well organised. They've got one or two individuals that can make the difference. You know, you get Swanson, who's a good player, and one or two others that can cause you a problem. So for us, we're at home. We have to always respect Tommy and his team, and but we'll again look to get a good result from it.